What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 17, and today's episode is also the penultimate episode of Season 1, as we play 4 of our final 9 league games in the Championship. And our games today are away against Bolton, who are rock bottom of the table, away at Hull, at the KCOM Stadium, at home to Reading, one of only 3 teams to beat us this season in the Championship, and also finally away at Carrow Road against Norwich as well. And as you take a look at the league table as well, 37 games in, just 9 games to go. We are 13 points clear of Ipswich in second place, and come the end of today's episode, we could already be crowned champions, we could have already guaranteed automatic promotion, or we could be caught up by the chasing pack. Hopefully it's going to be one of the first 2. But yeah, 4 big games today, so lots to get through, plus we'll have an academy update as well. So let's get to the first game. It is indeed Bolton away to Macron, and let's get the win. And as we head into the game, taking on the side currently sitting at bottom of the table, we certainly will be fancying our chances in this game after a win over Hillsborough in midweek. But it is worth noting we've only won 1 of our last 6 games in the Championship. A really poor run of form, but despite that we are still 13 points clear, and I'm expecting nothing other than a win today at the Macron. So first game, it's Bolton. We should win this game. It's top v bottom. We should win this game, hopefully. I have to say as well, one player that's not played well of recent is Clint Dempsey, which has been quite surprising because obviously Dempsey was our player of the season for so long, and he's still been a fantastic player this year, no doubt about it. But in recent weeks, has not really performed at the level. Oh, that would have been right on cue and difficult. He hasn't performed at the level he had been performing at the start of the season and in the first half. So hopefully the American picks it up. He is decreasing in ratings, as we know. Next season, I don't think he'll be in the first 11 on as much of a consistent basis as he has been this year. Jack Grealish's resurgence in form means that next year I'm surely going to have him as my first choice attacking mid. But yeah, Dempsey of late, I must say, has been quite disappointing. Needs to pick it up as Sam Johnston makes the save. Snodgrass storming down left-hand side as Kodjia ahead of him, but instead opts to take it inside himself. Kodjia's now fallen on the floor, gets up though, and now gets released. It's Kodjia on the ball, inside the area, rolls it back towards Clint Dempsey. Oh, what a save by Alnwick, and cleared by Taylor. And Darren Pratley gets it away too. Still 0-0. 39 minutes into the game, still tied at 0-0 as Chester gives Bustos the free kick. Space for Bustos to shoot here, so I might do so. Deflect it, and that'll be a corner. May as well have a go. The room was there. And a chance to whip in a decent delivery with Snodgrass, who's good at corners. In it goes to the centre towards John Terry. Oh, it's missed everyone, and Kodjia can't turn into a rebound as Mark Beavers turns it behind for another corner. Kodjia, it fell to an edge, couldn't take advantage. Another corner, and then Terry heads over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So many corners in this first half, but still 0-0. At the moment, we're just not scoring many goals. I mean, maybe the top scorers in the Championship. We are not scoring many goals of late. It's been quite disappointing as Gabby flicks on Dempsey's long ball and finds Kodjia trying to outpace David Wheater. He should do. He's not a quick lad, Wheater. He's round him. It's Kodjia taken down. Penalty to Aston Villa just before the break. Well, we really needed that. David Wheater is tall, David Wheater is strong, but he's not very quick, and he's never been quick. He doesn't win the ball. Kodjia takes it just ahead of him, but pushes him to the ground. Definite spot kick. The last time we had a penalty a while ago, but we took the trainer off, and I missed it with Kodjia. So hopefully this time I'll get it right. It's going to be Kodjia against Alnwick. I'm going to go to the top right. It's Jonathan Kodjia, and it's saved by Alnwick. I've missed the last 2 penalties, and it's still 0-0. Oh my goodness, that's it. Take Jonathan Kodjia off penalties. I can't believe this. I'm rubbish from 12 yards without the trainer. I have got to improve my penalties, man. I have got to improve those. Seriously, missing the last 2, that's embarrassing. At least this one was on target and goal bound. It's a good save with the goalkeeper, although it was quite a decent height for him. As Gabby turns and tries to get away. He's got some space here, Gabby to run into. It's Gabby Agbonlahor. Oh yes, Gabby Agbonlahor. He doesn't miss. Makes it 1-0 to Aston Villa. And in his final appearance for the club, he's putting his hand to his ear and saying, "Where's that new contract? You didn't give me one, so I'm off to Loftus Road." 1-0. Gabby played that situation perfectly. Jonathan was the dummy runner. He took it inside himself and on the weaker left foot, hits it across Alnwick and into the bottom corner. It's only his 3rd goal in the Championship this year. When you think about some of the goals he scored this year, so important. This one to break the deadlock here against Bolton after our poor run of form. The equaliser against Wolves in the last episode, which preserved our undefeated home record. The winner, of course, against Spurs in the Carabao Cup final. Gabby scored important goals this year, if not too many, as Snodgrass crosses and Bustos volleys way over the bar. We've only got a quarter of an hour left in the game, still leading by 1, but Bolton growing in confidence here as they look for an equaliser. Little's cross, oh, it's across the ground, and Gary Medine turns it home, and the team bottom of the table have come back to equalise, and at the moment, we just cannot win. This is going to be yet another draw, and just one win in our last 7, unless we can find a late winner. 1-1. Little down the right-hand side, drills into the centre. Terry lost Medine, slips, and Gary was not going to miss. It's 1-1, and I can't believe it. We're going to slip up again. Cannot believe this run of form. It's been absolutely embarrassing as Davis just off the bench goes down the right and crosses to the middle. In it goes, cleared away, and Kodja flicks on. Bustos, oh, what a turn. What a turn. And not a bad cross. And Green denied, but Davis turns in the rebound, and right from kickoff virtually, Davis comes off the bench and restores our lead. Bolton 1, Aston Villa 2. Oh, thank goodness for that. He may not get the assist, but give credit for Bustos. Lovely turn, great cross. Green's header blocked on the line. Fantastic defending, but Davis, first to react, volleys it home for his first goal of the season. Young Keenan Davis had some minutes this year, yet to score, but now he scored a very important first for the club. 1-0. Sorry, 1-0? 2-1. That was actually really brave defending on the line from Bolton. They just couldn't get it clear, and Davis was first to react to the header off the line as he turns it home, and it's 2-1. But Bolton refusing to give up. Crackly tackle by Lansbury though, and Green gets it clear, and now maybe a chance to break and a chance for a third, which will wrap the points up. Bustos finds Davis on the hold-up, back towards Dempsey, through towards Green. This will do it. It's Andre Green. Oh, good save by Ornwick, and it will drop to Davis, and he crosses, and it's easily caught. Still 2-1. That would have been the game, and it should have been the game. And we are just waiting for the final whistle to come any second now, and there it is. What a thrilling, action-packed game to start today's episode off. But for the first time in ages, Aston Villa record back-to-back wins. We beat Bolton by 2-1. A dramatic finish, but a win for the Villa. That was a great game. I really enjoyed that one. We were the better team. We deserved the win, but Bolton gave us a really good match. And when they got their equaliser, I was thinking, oh, God, not again. Surely not going to draw again. But we got the win. Absolutely delighted. And for man of the match, I'm not sure. I think I might give it to Gabby, who scored our first goal and played quite well before being subbed off. But one thing's for sure, Jonathan Kodja will not be taking penalties anymore. And I won't put the target back on, don't worry. I'll keep it off because it is making it a lot more harder and a lot more unpredictable. But I need to improve. I'm going to be training my penalties because I need to improve. And what a great piece of news heading into April as well. The senior physiotherapist emails us and says the medical staff have cleared Ben Brereton to return from his injury so he can rejoin the first team squad's training sessions. Absolutely delighted with that. We have missed Ben Brereton big time. That's one of the big reasons why I've been struggling late. And whilst Gabby has scored a couple of goals, Davis scored his first of the season in the last game as well. We've missed Ben Brereton big time. He's had a really, really good debut year for us, no doubt about it. I don't think I'm going to put him back in the team just yet. I think I'll wait until he's fully healed because we've got the games and we've got the points ahead right now. But it's good to know he's coming back and he should make the end of the season. And as we now head into the second of 4 games today, we are now 15 points clear at the top of the table with just 8 games to go. A couple more wins and we are all but there. And now to take on Hull City, sitting in mid-table. We're fancying our chances of making it 3 wins from 3. Same lineup as Tina beat Bolton by 2-1. So once again, Kodja and Abominahor up top together. And I'm just realising Kodja has not scored in a couple of games. So hopefully that improves. And hopefully he'll get back on the score sheet in this one. Let's find out. It's kind of interesting because the last goal he scored was at the start of the month at home to Queen's Park Rangers in our 1-1 draw. That was his 17th of the season, but hasn't scored since then. And he's been our best player, or one of our best players of the season, and the other best player of the season has been Clint Dempsey, both of which, right now, are in really poor form. It's one of the reasons we have been struggling. Neither player has been replicating the sort of form they were showing at the start of the season, yet this goes to show you how bad the chasing pack have been. During our struggle, where we only won 1 of 6 games very recently, the other teams, they've watched the gap get wider. They haven't closed it, they've watched the gap get wider. As Lansbury finds Clint, and Dempsey turns, and does get inside and find Kodja, and oh! Dempsey with a nice ball through. Kodja couldn't finish, and that right there is a sign of the times. Kodja just can't score at the moment. He was right on course to win the Golden Boot this year, but now I don't think he will. I think it's going to be Diego Jota right behind him who's going to win it, because Kodja only 17 goals. I say only 17 goals for the year. Hasn't scored since the start of the month. Just not scoring them anymore, and thankfully we're still getting the results, but It's not been quite as good as I was hoping for the end of the season form from our star striker as Jedinak tries his luck and puts it just over the bar. Still 0-0. We need Ben Brereton back in this team. I mean, we're probably going to get promoted. We're almost certainly going to get promoted, but we've missed Ben Brereton big time, man. Big time. I don't think we're going to need a new striker next season. We've got Torres coming in. And Ben Brereton will be fit to start the new season, of course, but I must say I'm contemplating it. I am contemplating it, because especially like the end of the season, like the goals have really dried up, and it's been nothing like it was at the start of the season as Grosicki fires it home, and Hull City have the lead 6 minutes after the restart. The Polish midfielder with the finish. Hull 1, Aston Villa 0. We are really, really struggling. We've won our last 2 games, but we're not keeping many clean sheets. We've only had 1 in like our last 8 matches. As Grosicki fires at home. So our defense isn't exactly watertight anymore. We're not scoring that many goals. It's mad to think we're still so many points clear at the top of the table. We shouldn't be, because our recent run has been anything but championship form. Jedenak's header finds Kodjia. And out into Gabby. Lets it run through his legs. Gabby takes his time. Oh, good save by David Marshall. And it will be cleared by Bowen as well. Still 1-0. And it looks still going to lose for the first time in the championship since the Ellen Road at the start of December. Should have put Ben Brereton back in the team, you know. Should have put him straight back in there. Should have dropped Jonathan Kodjia for poor form late and played Brereton and Gabby together. Lansbury to Dempsey, though, on the ball. Can we rescue a point late on? Dempsey. Clint Dempsey! Oh, yes, Clint Dempsey! His ears were burning from the last episode, wanted to make amends, and he's done just that. Hull City 1, Aston Villa 1, and the American has scored again. Dempsey found some space with the ball roll, then a quick little heel-to-heel flick, a quick little dummy, a lovely touch, and a great finish as well. I was thinking about dropping him for this game and playing Jack Grealish. I stuck with one of our best players of the season, and I'm glad I did. 1-1. Oh, the poor run of form is set to continue. Another slip up in this 1-1 draw, but at least we've still remained undefeated since December, and the Kings of the Comeback have done it once again as Palmer Brown clears and Ryan Mason controls. Is there a chance though for Hull to win this game right at the death? Abel Hernandez to Grosicki, great delivery, and Campbell heads it in. Fraser Campbell wins it for Hull City in stoppage time, and no, the Kings of the Comeback have been dethroned. Hull City are going to win, and it's going to be our first loss since December. I mean, not technically dethroned, we're still the Kings of the Comeback, but what I mean is this comeback doesn't get completed, and instead it gets wiped from the faces of the memories. Fraser Campbell makes it 2-1 with his first goal of the season right at the death, and that is surely going to do it. A loss away at the KCOM Stadium right at the death, and that is our first defeat since Ellen Road at the start of December. Final score, Hull City 2, Aston Villa 1. Balanced game, could have gone either way, but Hull were more clinical, and that's why they get the win. But for us, it's only 2 wins in our last 8 games, and from a possible 24 points, as I'll give man of the match to Grosicki for the goal and the assist, from a possible 24 points, we've picked up 11? 11? I think it's 11, but regardless of what it's not been good enough. You look at our recent run of form, and it's just not been good enough at all. Drawing against Fulham, drawing against Preston, drawing against QPR, drawing against Sunderland, drawing against Wolves, beating Sheffield Wednesday, beating Bolton, yes, but then losing to Hull at the end of the month. And again, it's crazy to say this, but it shows how bad the chasing pack have been. There are 7 games to go, and yet we're still 14 points clear. In this run of form where we've been really poor, we should have seen Wolves, Middlesbrough, Ipswich and Sunderland close the gap, but instead, we've just let the gap stay as it is, and if anything, I think it's got a little bit wider since this run of form. It's been really poor from the chasing pack. And as we take a look at the academy as well, now we've entered April, you can see how the youth boys are currently getting on. I've got to say, there are a couple of really good talents in this academy right now. Lance Griffiths, 81 to 94 potential, and some really good technical stats right now, 59 overall. Ed Davis not looking quite as good. Tyler Robinson is going to get released. But the standout, of course, as we know, Toby Lewis. Look at this kid. Oh, he's 16 now. Yes, get him, but 58 overall. So we'll keep him in the academy for the time being. But 58 overall, 91 to 94 potential. already some fantastic technical stats at such a young age. 79 ball control, 76 curve, I really like that as well. We'll be training that passing, no doubt, but he looks like a really great player for the future, and the future of Aston Villa's central midfield position. So as we now move into the third of 4 games, we're taking on Reading here at Villa Park. These guys were the first team to beat us this season away at the Medeski Stadium. We are still, of course, undefeated at Villa Park. And heading to the game as well, just 3 days after I lost to Hull on Friday night, I am fielding a weakened team and a fully rotated side. 4-2-3-1 for the game, and 11 changes to the lineup as well, and hopefully a change in form and a change in result. Let's get the win, let's bounce back, let's get the victory here at Villa Park. Quite excited for Archie Cox starting in the right back row once again. If you remember, he played in our match at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday, got the assist for Huri Haynes' only goal of the game, and we won it by, a goal to nil. And he played really well, and he almost got an assist there for Albert Adoma, whose header is well saved by the Italian Vito Minone. But I've got to say, this young lad, Archie Cox, starting in the right back role, left-footed, but shows great potential, 5-star weak foot. I like him a lot. He looks like a really good talent. Just like the last game at Hull. Not a great start to this match. Still tied at 0-0. 25 minutes in, very little to report. Maybe that can change right now. Huri Hayne on the ball, gives it to Jack Grealish, back in the team, trying to release Davis, who is onside, timed his run perfectly. It's Keenan Davis, takes his time, Minone with a save, and Gunter gets it away. That's the one thing about that young striker. I like the look of him a lot, but he's not the quickest, couldn't get away. Good, but pretty comfortable save by Minone in the end. As Henry crosses towards El Mohammadi, and again, easy save from Minone. Everything's straight at him at the moment. I do feel like it might be a case of being too comfortable at the moment, which is why we're not playing well. Like, with so many points clear at the top, doesn't look like we're going to get caught up at all. Maybe that's why we're just not feeling the pressure to always win, and the need to always win as Albert Adoma's shot goes wide. We're creating the chances, but we're really lacking a clinical finish. And when I'm discussing the top scorers of the league, and I'm saying that as well, that sums up our form late. The finishing's been really poor, and it also shows you how much it's hurt not having Ben Brereton in this team. His form in 2018, before the injury at Craven Cottage, was scintillating. He was our best player. We've really missed him. They didn't create very little in this game, but I still feel it 0-0. There's going to be chances for them to win it as Jan Kermagant's shot is easily caught in the end by Golini. Still goalless. Can either side break the deadlock and find a winner in the final 25 minutes? Rico Henry on the ball. Has Adoma out wide and gives it to him, and Albert Adoma has the pace. Can he turn Gunter with the Berber spin? I think he can. He's got men to aim at. One at the far post is El Mohammadi coming in, who heads it home, and there is the breakthrough. 67 minutes in, Elmo with the header. Aston Villa 1, Reading 0. Once again, not a great game from the team top of the table, but that's a brilliant cross by Albert Adoma, and Elmo at the far post goes in unmarked and heads it home as the Egyptian makes it 1-0. Now can we hang on to the win? We desperately need one. Let's make sure these 3 points don't drop. Come on. If you can believe this, we didn't win a home game in the entire month of March. And that is incredible, really, when you think we've been undefeated at Villa Park all season long. But we only kept 1 clean sheet in the month of March as well. That was at Hillsborough. I want to start April off with a win at Villa Park. Oh, and a clean sheet as well. But Reading so close to the equalising goal, and then that shot goes wide of the post as well. 8 minutes to go. We need to hold on to this. And ref, where is that final whistle? There it is. Yes. Get in, and we start April the right way. Once again, not a great victory for Aston Villa. We haven't had one in quite some time, but we'll take it no doubt. 1-0. Oh, thank goodness for that. The significance of Ben Brereton's injury at Craven Cottage back in February cannot be overstated. We have missed him so badly, but we did get the win. We did get the 3 points. We started the month off right, and I'll give, should I give Adoma the man of the match for the assist, or Elmo the man of the match for the goal? I think they can share it together. They can share it together. It was a wonderful connection. Great cross, and a great header too. But a win against Reading, that was what we needed. And Ipswich beat Millwall. Where are the Borough? They drew with Burton Albion. So, and Sunderland beat Sheffield Wednesday as well. So that means the table right now, as you can see, means that we are 16 points clear with 6 games to go. And I think that means if we win our 4th and final game today, I'm not going to bother trying because I'm so bad at maths. But I think that means we win our 4th and final game today away at Carrow Road, we'll be crowned champions because there'll be 5 games to go. Yeah, that's it. And we'll still be, bare minimum 16 points clear if we win that game. So let's beat Norwich. Let's win the title. Let's get it done today.
Well, like all his team, he knows that this could well be the day. If they win, they're champions. Watch it with us, and it's live. Alan Smith alongside me, Martin Tyler, and a big welcome to you to this match. This match is Norwich City against Aston Villa. Well, they've got some other opportunities, but this is the chance to win a game that will give them the title as champions.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is for it to drag on, because that's when a bit of a doubt can creep in.
And for Norwich City, this is the selection the manager's gone for this game. Harrison Reed starts, looking to recover his form, and they just go with the one striker up front. The Aston Villa team for this game. James Chester plays with John Terry as the centre-backs, and they've got plenty of goal threat with two strikers in the attack.
Storming down his left-hand side of the first chance of the game. Ball to the middle is well blocked by Jedinak, and Palmer Brown can win it in the air. And the ball's inside, and Norwich have gone in front 8 minutes in. Nelson Oliveira makes it 1-0 to the Canaries. This was not in the script. Well, we've been the kings of the comeback all season long, and if we're going to win the title today, we'll need to do it once again. The Portuguese striker with a lovely half volley for his 10th of the season. 9 minutes in, we already trail by 1. Worst possible start. As Bustos gets on the ball, rolls it into Gabby, but a chance for him to reply. Gabby Agbonlahor, yes, right from kickoff, makes it Norwich 1, Aston Villa 1, and we finally equalise in goal directly from kickoff. And I said this earlier in the episode, Gabby this season hasn't scored many goals, but the goals he scored have been really important. Lovely first touch, takes around his man, and a great finish. Norwich 1, Aston Villa 1, back on level terms. I've discussed this with a few followers on Twitter. It's really strange how this season it's so easy to both score and concede goals directly from kickoff. It happens so often, and I do feel like there's something that's been coded into the game this year that makes teams so vulnerable as soon as kickoff starts, because I've noticed it all throughout the FIFA year, and I know lots of you guys have as well, as Green finds Kodjia down the left hand side and a chance to get in front for the first time. Jonathan Kodjia, good save by Angus Gunn as he turns it behind for a corner, and Jonathan Kodjia is still searching for his 18th of the year and his first goal since the beginning of March. Corner for Aston Villa, 9 minutes to go before the break. Lansbury takes it in towards Kodjia, flying in. Oh! How did he miss? I mean, that sums Kodjia's form up in recent weeks. Wonderful corner. Kodjia comes in unmarked, and I was celebrating, so I thought he can't miss that, but he did. Well, at half-time, we're going to take off our goal scorer, Gabby Agbonlahor, for Ben Brereton, who I put on the bench for this game so he can make his comeback. Gabby's getting tired. He gets absolutely shattered out there so quickly. And Ben Brereton is on the pitch for the first time since that injury at Craven Cottage back in February. What a story it will be if he can come back and find us a winning goal to win the title. Very little to report in this second half. We're still tied at 1-1. Is there going to be a late winner in this game? Bustos with a wonderful ball to Lansbury. It's Lansbury who crosses to Brereton. Oh! That was the moment. That was the moment. And I headed it wide. Rustiness from Benny Boy. That would have been it. It should have been it. Ben Brereton, first game back. That should have been the moment. Dempsey. Clint Dempsey. Oh! Clint Dempsey. That's the moment. Norwich 1, Aston Villa 2, and the title won on the final day in stoppage time by the American. Dempsey. Whoa! Dempsey. Whoa! He came from USA to teach us how to play. What a strike from Clint. I thought we'd spurn the moment to be crowned champions, but it's Dempsey who's done it. 2-1. 15 goals in the championship for Clint Dempsey, and that won the biggest of the lot. Final score at Carrow Road, Norwich 1, Aston Villa 2, and we are champions.
Great feeling for these players. All the graft over the season has ended in total success. They are the champions.
Yeah, relief as much as excitement, and they have been the most consistent side. You can't say they don't deserve these scenes, this joy that they're feeling out there.
And they'll get the trophy at their last home game. Well, they played very well when they had the ball, which wasn't that often, but they played even better when they didn't have the ball to stop the opposition.
Oh my goodness, what a thrilling end to today's episode, and what a moment. Clint Dempsey's wonderful strike wins us the game. We were the better team, we did deserve it, but oh, that was incredible. Missed a couple of great chances through Benny Boy and Kodjia, but we do get the win, and I will give man of the match to, Buster's got 2 assists, I'll give man of the match to Dempsey for the winning goal, but what an incredible end to the game. And that has done it. We are championship champions. We've got the win. And it's so fitting that we won the game by coming from behind to win it as well. So often this season, we've had to come from behind to claim the points. And to win the title, we did just that as well. So 5 games to go. You'll see them in the very next episode season finale. I'll probably simulate most of them and then play the final day, which ironically is going to be at home. I say ironically. Funny enough, it's going to be at home to Millwall, which is going to be quite interesting. But, oh, what an incredible game. What an incredible ending. What an incredible episode. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode and the thrilling finale, then please do drop a like. Much love, have a great day, and I'll see you for the season finale of Career Mode tomorrow afternoon. Oh my. That was amazing.